Hi, my name's Helen and this is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here then welcome, if you're returning thank you, and if you're a held spell, hello. So I'm just doing a quick, I went to Home Bargains but it is in a Waitrose bag because I had a bag. You know, so often I go into these shops and I kind of anticipate that I won't buy much and then I end up buying enough for a bag and I have to buy a bag and then we end up with more and more bags. Although we do give them to the local food bank who are always crying out for them. That's all by the by really. So I just thought I'd show you what I got, and before I do that I just thought I would have a very little chat. And you know, I do think to myself, don't comment on the negative comments because then it kind of gives them space and airtime. And I really don't want to do that. And so I don't want to kind of labour the point. But what I just wanted to say was, I get away very lightly, I know that, you know, and I think it's just as well, because to be quite honest, if I got really savagely attacked like some people do, I would probably call it a day, because there's only so much that I can take, that anybody can take. And it really, really, really saddens me, the world in which we live, where people are so rude and nasty. Not to me, like I do get away lightly, as I say, but if someone is rude to me, what I would ask all of you lovely people, ladies, mostly ladies, few gentlemen, don't engage with them, because if they have that personality that they want to be downright rude, unkind, ungracious, ill-mannered, just let them. And when I see them, I will either reply or I will delete them. But I don't want any of you lovely ladies who do jump to my defence, and I do appreciate that, just don't engage with these people, because you know, they say trolls and I don't really know what that means, because at the end of the day they're all human beings. And I do sort of wonder sometimes, do they think about the fact that they may not be the only nasty person that that person on the other end is dealing with? And it could be the last straw. You know, it could be the last straw. And I think you know what I mean by that. And imagine having that on your conscience. I feel so sad at the moment about the way the world is, the bigger world, the wider world, all the troubles in the world, and then you bring it down to this little itty bitty channel of mine, which is inconsequential in the scheme of things. I enjoy it. I've got majority by far, lovely ladies and men that watch this channel. And I feel like we are a strong community, and I don't care what anyone says. I think that is proven. If you look at the comments, and if someone's having a hard time, the lovely comments and support that person will receive. And then you get a horrible comment, and I really do think to myself, good grief. And then I actually feel sorry for that person, because to take the time to watch me, not like me, fine, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, I know that, but just don't watch me. That will never, ever, ever dumbfound me, because I watch some people and I think, oh, they're not for me, or, you know, and sometimes I watch people for quite a while and then they start to kind of irritate me, but I never comment negatively. I actually don't even unsubscribe, because actually if you stop watching somebody, you stop getting fed their information. And that's true on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. So it's just a little plea really, because I don't want you getting upset on my behalf, or then kind of leaving yourself open for abuse as well. And so just ignore them. You know that expression, just let them be sad, nasty individuals, and hopefully their lives will get better and they will realise that actually they could really cause damage. That's it. Please, please, just take on board what I've said, and I'd like our space to be a kind, supportive, fun space. I'll leave it there. So, back to my daft haul. So, Rob has got a bad ankle. He hasn't ricked it, he hasn't gone over on it. We don't really know what's going on. But I managed to get him this little ankle support yesterday in Home Bargains. It was quite reasonably priced, actually. What was it? $179. That's pretty good, isn't it? $179. So he's waiting for me to do this video so he can put it on, actually. So that's that. Nothing terribly exciting, but some things, you know, are surprising. I don't think I told you, the other week we were here and Katie and the children were here as well, and there was a knock on the door and it was one of Billy's friends, and he had had a really nasty accident in the forest, and he had cut his leg wide open on his bike, on the crankshaft, I think that's what it's called, of the bike, and it had torn his leg open. It was unbelievable. It's the worst wound I have ever seen in my life. It was about this big and so deep. He was 2 millimeters away from having surgery. It was horrific. Katie had to rush him to hospital, but that's another story, and he's fine. He's fine. They didn't have to operate, and they stitched it up, and he's fine. But then Billy came off his bike a couple of days later when I was actually looking after them, and he got a very nasty graze on his knee. And suddenly I realised that a lot of my kind of first aid supplies are a bit out of date. So I've kind of been stashing up a few when I see them. And I got these in Home Bargains, and they are 5 dressings, large dressings. Now I was in the chemist and I got 1 large dressing. I don't think it was a bit bigger than these, I think, but it was 99p, and these 5 were 69p. 69p for 5 good quality dressings. So I bought 2 of those. Rob was like, what are you doing that for? And I thought, well, I hope I never need them, but best to have them. With the 4 grandchildren being here quite often, I'll put 1 in the caravan and I'll keep 1 in the house, and then we're covered. The whole mosquito insect thing is going on again, and I thought I would try these. These are mosquito bands, and because I really, really, really have reacted badly the last couple of bites I've had. So I bought those, and they were very reasonable as well. 89p. So they take 10 to 15 minutes to activate, and then you put them back in the resealable bag. Up to 120 hours if you keep them in the resealable bag. So I'll give those a go. Again, for my travel wash bag, I like this. It's kind of nice and neat and fits neatly in there. And this was 1 something, I think. I like this. It's kind of neater than toothpaste, and it lasts a long time too. 1 something, 149. I got some Colgate for upstairs. This toothpaste is so expensive, isn't it? $1.99 for that. I got some Oxy powder because I've run out completely for the laundry when I'm doing my whites, or if anything's stained, I usually put a spoon of that in. That was $2.99. That's pretty cheap. Stain remover. I mean, it's not exciting, is it? This was an interesting one. This is a Medipure body powder. And after kind of looking after mum, you know, if somebody is struggling with their drying, this can be very useful. And this was so reasonable, I just thought I'll kind of keep it in my arsenal, really. That was 99p for that great big tub of basically talcum powder, but it's not talcum powder because that's been kind of ruled out now, hasn't it? It's being carcinogenic, I believe. Got some paracetamol. These are, I think, 29p each, just because, again, one in the caravan, one here. Very exciting. My Duck Deep Action Gel, that's for upstairs. That was a good price as well. You do need to know your prices for these things because they aren't, everything isn't cheap, you know, and sometimes they're different sizes, but that was just £1.19, which that is good price. Then my Australian brother-in-law is popping in next week, and so I got him some Tim Tams. They're kind of Australian snack biscuits, and they were just $1.99. And then I got some more of the short wash washing liquid, which was, oh, how much was that? That was the most expensive thing, $5.99, so £3 bottle. And then Rob got some shaving gel, which I always forget to buy him, much to his disgust. And that was $1.69. So it wasn't loads of things, but it's definitely worth a pop in there to pick up some of these bits and pieces because they do save you money in the end. And that was it, really. It was just a quick one, just to show you what I picked up in Home Bargains. Another beautiful day, and yeah, I'm not sure what's coming next, but I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. Bye.